You're watching JD3TV.
Well, hello, Sir Dr. James Dentley here. I'm actually the Baron of St. James of Cappadocia, and I want to welcome you today. And I want to start off this series really talking about breakthrough, overcoming self-defeating behaviors, how to unpack your bags and let's go. So we're going to spend a short amount of time just skiing just a little bit, and a little bit later we'll deep sea dive. But in the words of Dr. Benjamin E. Mays, I have only just 1 minute. Each has 60 seconds in it. It was forced upon me. I can't refuse it. I did not seek it, and I did not choose it. But now it's up to me to use it. I will suffer if I abuse it, be held account if I lose it. You see, every little minute can have eternity wrapped up in it. You know, I want to start off with a story. It was 1999, and I was one of the key leaders in a major organization. There's 10,000 people in an audience in Long Beach, California. And I was speaking, and I got 4 standing ovations in that 145-minute speech. 4 standing ovations. It was crazy. It was insane. I get off of the stage. I'm on this high. People are asking me questions, and I wasn't on a high because of the attention. I've been used to that. I was on a high because I gave everything I had on that stage. And I got off that stage and I went home and sank right down into depression. That's when I really realized that artificial highs really do have real valleys. So I was trying to figure out why I was feeling this way, why I couldn't get out of the bed. I began to abuse alcohol. I began to hang out all night and wake up in the morning and drink again. And I couldn't figure it out. I knew better. I said I'd never do it again, but I kept repeating the same things over and over and over. Self-sabotage, man. Fear waiting to happen. Low-grade upset. I was in a hole. I called my family together to do intervention. Yes, I called my own intervention, and they came together. We have a very supportive family, and I went to a place called the Sojourn House, about 2 hours outside of Chicago, closer to Rockford, Illinois. It's actually in Freeport, I believe. And I meet a woman named Miss Mary that would be my counselor. And she was so thankful to get me because she said, James, I'm so glad because I'm the only Christian counselor here. And I'm glad I got you because I can help you. And she took me through a series of exercises to share my story. And when I shared my story, she blasted me, man. She told me I was arrogant. She told me that even my story, and I'm trying to be as humble and broken down. I'm already someplace I didn't want to be. I never thought I'd be. I was at a point, I was at the lowest point of the lowest point of my life at that particular time. But at that moment, step by step, over 28 days, I began to be rebuilt. And it wasn't easy. I had to learn a lot of things. I had to surrender to everything. I had to get out of the way of self, that no more self-righteous and self-reliance, to depend upon God, a higher source, to drive me through and believe every single day that my life was going to be better when I was living a life in a pit. And after about 20 days, I got a realization that this experience would allow me to help other people as I was helping myself, because I understood that once taught, twice learned. When I'm teaching it, I own it. And I begin to realize there's other ways to have addictions and to be really sick and not be whole. And I was seeking something outside of me that I already had inside of me. So I began to write programs, and my first program was MAP, M-A-P, Millionaire Aptitude Programming. And in this program, I would bring people in from all over the country and teach them how to overcome self-defeating behaviors, how to identify resentments, and what was inside of us that was really, really holding us back. And I can tell you that from that day to this day, my life has always been filled with joy. Even when I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis and I gained 150 pounds, I still had joy. I had a jolly joy then, but I was ho, and then. But then I got past that. And after feeling good and dropping 125 pounds, I then went to the doctor. They told me I had cancer, but I still had my joy. Because I refused, after coming out of that dark place back into the light, that I would blossom. I would no longer be a seed. Now I would be the tree. The tree does not go back in the ground. It expands. It expresses itself. It broadens itself. It stretches as far as it possibly can to reach fulfillment, to experience life in its fullest capacity. And I'll tell you, from that day to this day, I've spent my life teaching people how to identify resentments, where they come from, how they show up, how do we respond to them, how we take responsibility, and how to get past them. And I can tell you that no matter what you've ever been through, no matter what you're going through now, if that's the case, that there's more than hope. There is certainty if you prepare for war in times of peace. If you look for the positive in the negative times. In the dark times is when you really think positive. In the positive times, well, you don't think negative, but you prepare for war in times of peace. Solomon said, examine the ways of the ant and be wise. The ants always harvest in the summertime, so they won't starve during the wintertime. So they're always preparing out of fear of what will happen if I don't prepare myself, if I don't structure myself, if I don't create the foundation. You see, in life, we never hit rock bottom. We really don't. You always hit rock foundation. So I want to talk to you about building a stronger foundation, building a platform, something that will serve you, that will give you the bounce back power, the superpower that resides in each and every one of you. After all, the Bible said a man came to himself. He didn't become somebody else. He came to himself. His natural order, the natural state of what they're born to be, because we all are beautifully and wonderfully made. Come about that pit. Get away from the darkness and walk towards the light. Have faith. Keep stepping. And plug into everything we're doing with JD3TV, your edutainment platform. And plug into all my videos, because I'm here to inspire you, to share stories, to let you know that you're not alone. You never have been. But there are people waiting for you to share your story, to inspire them, and to take your life to another level as you impact the lives of others.